Hey guys, Spencer Coffman here with the Internet Hustler YouTube channel. Today we're talking about cryptocurrency investing. Hello and welcome to the Internet Hustler YouTube channel. My name is Spencer Coffman. Today we are talking about cryptocurrency investing. So the first thing you need to know about cryptocurrency investing and investing in any cryptocurrency is that it is highly volatile. What does that mean? It means that the price fluctuates like crazy. So if you start investing in crypto, you better be ready to get on a roller coaster because your price is going to go up and down and up and down. So why would you choose to do that over something like stocks or bonds or mutual funds that are traditionally more stable? Well, because in crypto you can have some massive returns. I'm talking like 2,000% massive returns. 200%, 100% a year is not unusual. So you can look at the Bitcoin index for the last 10 years, and with the exception of like 1 year or 2 years, it's doubled every single year overall. So if you would have been in it for the past 10 years, you would have doubled your money 8 times. So I mean, it's a very good thing. That's just one coin. You can look at other coins. You're probably familiar with the Dogecoin hype, where that went up thousands of percentages from many zeros and a number up to 70 some cents of a high. So that was tremendous returns. Of course, finding those diamonds in the rough could be tough. I mean, it's a needle in a stack of needles, for example. But the gains can be very huge. Your losses could also be big. If you bought it at the top, you could lose everything. So you need to be careful when investing in cryptocurrency. And so the hope is that this video is going to help you out a little bit with that. Now, we're not going to get into the analytics of all kinds of different coins and what coins you should be buying, but I'm going to give you some general pointers on some good areas to look out for and some good tips on what to do. So the first thing you should do is just, again, understand that it's volatile. It's very volatile. The next thing is check out this playlist here of a bunch of different exchanges to get on. So watch those videos and learn about the different platforms that you can get on to buy and sell crypto. And you'll choose some that you really like and some that you don't really like, and it's basically a personal preference and it's what you're used to. I recommend getting on as many of those platforms as you can. So yes, you're going to have a big spreadsheet with a bunch of different account usernames and passwords and where they all are, but it's worth it. Why do you want to be on multiple accounts? The reason is because sometimes these different platforms and exchanges, they could be down for a day, they could go offline for a day or two, they might be overloaded. Also, fees are different depending on the tokens or the coins that you want to buy. The fee could be more on one and less on another. And so basically you do that because it's part of being an investor, part of being an internet hustler, is you have the availability to go to different places. And my personal favorites are KuCoin and Nexo. The reason is because KuCoin has super low fees, and I like Nexo because they pay a great interest rate. So check out those two for sure. You've probably heard of Coinbase. You can do that. You can get on there. Coinbase is probably the most user-friendly for beginners. However, they also charge an arm and a leg for fees. So that's something to be aware of. And also, Cash App and Venmo are very user-friendly. Their fees are high though, so beware of that. You're going to be paying more in fees for those conveniences of the user-friendliness like Coinbase. An app like KuCoin, their fees are just tiny, but for some people just can't figure out how to use it because you got to transfer stuff in and get it set up. It's really not that hard if you take the time to learn. So I encourage, again, check out that playlist and watch those videos and then make your determinations, make your decisions on which you should go on. I definitely get accounts, check them all out, get accounts on them, and then you'll choose. You'll know. You'll look at the platform and you'll look at the usability and the interface, and you'll say, I like this one, I hate this one. And so choose which ones are best for you, but definitely get on there. So The next thing is during crypto, again, it's very volatile. And so the best way to invest in crypto is number one, you got to do your research. And so look at coins that have a good track record, that have been around for a while, and put the bulk of your portfolio in the so-called blue chips, or the big companies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polygon, Matic, those bigger coins, Litecoin, Binance token. Get into those bigger ones because those are pretty safe. Then take a percentage of your portfolio, and how you divide this up is based on you, based on your risk tolerance. I'm not your advisor, so you can work with an advisor if you want. Most financial advisors are probably going to tell you to stay away from crypto. But the point is, let's say you take a percentage of your main portfolio and you put it into crypto. Of that amount, you'd maybe take 60% and put it in those big name cryptos, and maybe like 20% in these crazy startup cryptos that are pennies, and then maybe another 20% and put it in the middle of the road cryptocurrencies. And so how you divide that, how you designate that is really up to you. The next thing is you need to decide whether you're going to be a trader or an investor. And what do I mean by that? So if you're a trader, you're the type of person who you're putting your money in there and you're watching it all day long. You're waiting for the fluctuations. You're buying it and selling it at tons and tons of coins, like tons of them at pennies. And so you're hoping to profit on those difference. You're trading. You're actively trading. You're a day trader. If you're an investor, you're buying in and you're letting it sit and you're just waiting for longer term, and whether it goes up or down, you're not worried about it. When it goes down, you're going to buy more. When it goes up, you might sell a little bit, but you're not selling at all. And then when it comes down again, you're buying more, and you're holding it long term. So whether you're a trader or an investor is going to depend on several factors. Do you want to spend all day monitoring it and trading it? I personally don't. Do you want to watch it all the time and be buying and selling? Or it's a lot more stressful, so I don't like that stress. I'm an investor. I buy it, I keep it there, and I let it be. And when it goes down, yeah, sure, it's horrible to look at it and see that you're down 50%, but it's also a good time to buy more if you can. And then when it goes up, it's awesome to see those gains when you're up 100%. So decide whether you're a trader or an investor, and that's going to be mainly through trial and error. You'll figure out what you like doing and what's overwhelming for you, what's too hard, what's not, and get it in there and put it in. So the next thing that you need to know is, number one, remember that it's volatile. Number two, you got to get on multiple exchanges. Number three, are you a trader or an investor? The next really good tip is that you need to write it down. And so when you put your money in this crypto world, you need to have it designated somewhere where you have your money and how to get it out. So if you're to die or if something were to happen, can your heirs get that out of there? Can they figure out how to transfer that money back into cash or into a bank account? And a great place to put this is in a trust. And so have it set up in your living trust, in a document, in a binder. If you have any questions on that, check out this video here about a living trust, getting one created. It's very, very good. It's a great idea to definitely have a living trust created. That's like your medical directives, your wills, where you have all your titles, what you own, how to get money out of things, where stuff is. It's just a great thing to say, hey, if I were to die, this is everything you need to know. So nothing's going to get lost. Nothing will be left somewhere where no one can find it. So make sure you have it documented somewhere. Your usernames, your passwords, everything. Don't freely give them out to all kinds of people, but have it somewhere safe, secure, so that if you were to die, someone can get that stuff and be able to use the money that you have invested somewhere for them, for that intention. The next thing, when you buy crypto, a great rule that I like to follow is when you buy it, keep it. Hold it forever. Now, if you want to sell some gains, I generally like to wait until it triples, then I'll sell 50%. So what that means is that if I buy something at $1 a coin and it triples, so that's at $3 a coin, I'm going to sell half. So if I bought 100 of them, I'm going to sell 50 of them at $3 a coin. So that means, what am I doing? I'm getting my initial investment back. So I bought 100 coins at $1 a piece. That's an initial investment of $100. It triples. Okay, so now it's $3. I sell 50 of them for $150. Okay, so I got my initial investment back. I got my 100 back, plus I took profits. I got $50 in profits. And I still have 50 coins left, worth currently $150. Those last 50 coins I'm going to hold forever. I will never sell them, because they could go down to zero and it doesn't matter. I've got my money back and I got profit. Or those could go up to $100 a coin, and now I have 50 of them times $100. Pure profit, house money. So that's a really good rule I like to follow, is as soon as the investment triples, sell half, and then the rest keep forever. Some people like to sell when it doubles. They sell half so they get their money back, but I like to wait a little longer so that I take profits. Now what you could do is sell half when it doubles, and then when it doubles again, you could sell another half. So then you'd be left with 25% of your initial investment that you hold forever. So depending on your risk tolerance, I'd choose one of those options. Either when it triples, sell half and then leave it, or if it doubles, you sell 50%, and then when it doubles again, you sell 50%. So you've sold a total of 75% of your initial investment. So choose one of those methods, or a different method that works for you. But definitely have some rules and have a plan so that when things happen, you're buying or you're selling. The next very important tip is that if you decide to become a cryptocurrency investor, remember you could be a trader or an investor, if you decide to go with the investor option, dollar cost average, DCA. So what that means is, if you say I want to put $10,000 into crypto and I want to put it into these 5 different coins, instead of saying, all right, boom, I'm spending it all today, spend some of it. So start setting it up where you're putting maybe $100 a week into each one of these 5 coins. So that's $500 a week. Do that until your $10,000 is gone. Dollar cost average. This means that as the price of the crypto goes up and down, you're buying it at different points so that you have a nice average cost per coin. Now, if you say, all right, I want to spend $10,000 today, and then over the next year I want to add $1,000 a month, okay, then maybe you can do that. Spend your $10,000 and get started with a bunch of coins, and then dollar cost average your continuing investments. It's up to you. It depends on your financial situation and on what you want to do. But the point is, dollar cost averaging is the best way to even out your cost per coin, because it's so volatile. The price goes up and down like crazy, and so you got to be ready for that, and you need to just know and accept that the price is going to fluctuate. Another rule to follow is never sell when it's down. If you put in money and it's at here and you're down 50%, you haven't lost that until you sold. So if you sell, you lose. If you leave it there, you haven't lost until you sell. Yes, it's an unrealized perhaps because you are down 50%, but crypto is so volatile that it could come back. And when it does, you could sell when it's up, and then you've gained money. Again, if you could double your money, but unless you sell, you haven't doubled anything. So when you sell, you realize that loss. And another great rule is, again, never sell at a loss. Now, if you do, if you put into some bad coins or something and it's down, maybe you do want to sell at a loss and then put your money somewhere else to get the gains, because it's possible it might not come back, but that's a completely different topic and a different situation, something that you need to know what you're doing based on your timeline, based on your risk tolerance. And so that's a great conversation that you could have with someone that you trust financially. whether it's a financial advisor, a friend, relative, someone like that, they can help you with that. Me personally, my timeline, I'm very young, so my timeline is a long time, and so I'm going to be buying and then I'm going to be holding. I wait for it to triple, sell half, that way I have my money back. The rest of it I hold forever, and then I'll take my initial money, put it somewhere else, and I'll take my profits and dump them into a big name like a Bitcoin or an Ethereum and just keep that for long term. And so again, it's all dependent upon your situation. But the main things with cryptocurrency investing is you got to know it's going to be volatile, get on multiple exchanges, and then decide if you're a trader or an investor, and then just go from there. So if you have any questions about all of this, comment below. This has been a lot of information, but it's a good information. And if you have any specific questions, feel free to comment below. I'll get on there and help you out. Hopefully you liked this video and also subscribe to the channel. In addition, if you could comment below saying that you liked and subscribed, that would be awesome as well. So again, check out all those other videos I mentioned. Comment below with any questions. Until next time.